Hey baddies, welcome to another Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot. Today I'm doing another pick a card. This one is all about the messages your inner child has for you. So this is a really special reading and I'm so glad you're here. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, what is up? How are you? I'm so glad you're here. So, as you see before you, there are three different little individual characters from Monsters Inc. And this is one of my favorite movies. It's not from my childhood, but it still is one of my favorite like kid movies. And so these are going to be your psychic linking objects. I also have a pick-a-pile going on, but I will be pulling more cards as I need to for clarity. So group number one, you are Mike. You are the Mike guy. All right, so that's going to be your psychic linking object. Group two, you are Sully, the big bad monster. The big bad monster. Ah. Group three, you are Boo. And she's in her little monster costume, thinking she's a big bad monster too. So now, as you can probably tell, your auntie, me, Amy, is highly medicated as always. Because I have autoimmune disease, and it is one way I treat my autoimmune disease. So, if I act weird or whatever, I slur my words, that's what's going on. All right. So, now as far as the picks go, if you are drawn to more than one group, there may be more than one message here for you. So, I am going to insert a little video clip for those of you who need more time to see which group you're drawn to. All right. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical, wonderful, amazing baddies on the other side. All right. Bye, guys. Hey, group one, all of you that selected Mike. This is going to be your reading all about the messages your inner child has for you. Okay, so, keep in mind this is a general reading. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right, should Mike go there or here? I think there because the light's kind of shining on him. And Mike and I have been having conversations prior to me sitting down to do this. So Mike has been telling me a little bit about himself. Okay, and it's not literally a him. Okay, it's just we're all masculine and feminine energies. All right. So anyway, let's get into the cards and we'll get into the message here. Okay. So let's get these cards first. We have pay attention. Look at the crown. And oh, look. Oh, yeah. I got to tell you something. We have key. Look at that beautiful key. And let's look at this card. We have root chakra. The frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. It's beautiful energy. Okay, let's move those like right there. Okay, we have evolution, 24 reducing to a 6, and root chakra was 1. Okay, and we have questioning the darkest thoughts, 21 reduces to a 3. I'll put this here. We have Angel de los Muertos. I'm sure I said that horribly and I apologize. Transitions to the spirit realm. Ooh, beautiful energy. And we have these cards. This is the 10 of Earth, which would be the 10 of Pentacles in a traditional deck. This is the 4 of Fire, which is like the 4 of Wands. This is the 2 of Earth, which is like the 2 of Pentacles. And we have Perception. Y'all, Mike actually represents a spirit, okay? There's a spirit with you, all right? Now, I feel like it's different for each of you, okay? So this is a very general reading of a very special spirit, okay? So please keep that in mind. Hold on, because you're going for a ride. Ooh! Okay. Maybe you can see the cards a little better, and I have room for more cards here. So, this is a very special spirit. Now, for some of you, you are aware of the spirit, okay? They're already there. You're aware of them. Now, with that said, some of you guys have a more, like you're aware and interacting with them, and you know who the fuck they are, okay? For others, you know they're there, you have no idea who they are, okay? Then we have others who have no contact with the spirit. They're there, but they don't have any contact at all. And then we have people who have not met the spirit, have not felt the spirit. So we have many different kinds of energy here. So I need you guys to kind of like use the power of your perception, okay? Boom. Exactly. Use the power of your perception, of your discernment, okay? Now, this spirit, it feels like, because I'm pulling on this root chakra energy. And you guys may be having issues around your root chakra. I'm feeling like as a child, because I'm feeling the inner child energy kind of pulling through the root chakra. So you guys may have had some real issues with traumas around money, and people being there for you, being supported, being guided. You may have been like a latchkey kid. You may have had further traumas, but there seems to be like a lack of support, and it feels like it goes from the extreme of complete and utter like abandonment to not being supported in your gifts and abilities, and like a passive aggressive kind of almost anger from a parent that's not, it's not direct, okay? So we have a lot of different energies here in group 1 with the inner child. I see several, like, it's almost like my psychic vision, like I'm seeing the inner children kind of like popping up as if they're rezzing in front of my psychic vision. They want me to look at this card. Questioning the darkest thoughts. And then we have root chakra. You know, this card almost feels like the death card. She almost feels like a ghost. She almost feels like there's some unworthiness here, this inner child. I feel like there's a group coming forward of inner children that feel like ghosts. They're ghost children. But they're here. They're here in the now. They're here. They're there. They're you, okay? But they don't feel present. They don't feel valued as a child. Because on some level, their childhood was disrupted by the harsh realities of being a human being on planet Earth. And there's a lot of sorrow and suffering involved in this root chakra. And it doesn't matter. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to Auntie Amy. Honey, it doesn't matter the level of trauma. Some of you guys are judging yourself for your trauma. Like, my trauma isn't that traumatizing. I don't know why I feel the way I do. Listen. Stop it. Stop judging your own feelings. You're bullying yourself. Some of you guys do this all the time. I've been getting this in readings recently. Like, some of you guys are constantly bullying yourself. You've got to stop. You've got to stop, okay? And I know this is hard. But these inner children who feel like ghosts are being bullied out of existence. And if not by other people, then by the adult inside of you, honey. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You deserved and still deserve better. You deserve better. Just sit with that. The spirit here, hi, I'm Mike. Mike in the movie was Scully's, oops, I don't mean to be pulling on the mic, the camera. Scully in the movie was Mike's biggest cheerleader, okay? He was always like, Scully, we need to get some more scares. You can do it, Scully. You're a big bad monster. You're a big bad badass. You can do it, okay? And I feel like Mike kind of represents the spirit, okay? And look how you're being held. Look how this spirit is coming or is here to help hold you, to help you find the things that you need, okay? Some of you guys, it begins with you. It begins with you. You got to put away those weapons of self-inflicted psychological torment. You got to stop tormenting yourself. And I know this is hard because it's learned behavior. But honey, you are so gifted. You have this spirit around you, okay? And for some of you, straight up, it's an angel. Okay, it's an angel. I know he looks weird. What do you think angels look like, y'all? What do you think they look like? You think they look like white men with blonde hair and blue eyes with big old white wings, wearing a white little outfit. You can absolutely visualize them that way. But when you see a real one, man, it will scare the hell out of you. It really will. The visions of them will. It'll scare the hell out of you. All right. Angels are, people say demons are frightening. An angel, woo! Yeah, go get you some. Okay. So some of you guys have very powerful angels or a very powerful angel. Okay. Some of you guys have a familiar that has been sent to you as a gift from a god. Okay. Or a goddess. All right. Some of you guys have a familiar that's being sent by a friend. Okay. A powerful witch, or they're using this term wizard. Okay. That's what I'm getting, wizard. If it's yours, then it's yours, okay? Or magician. For some of you guys, this is an ancestor. This is also could be an ancestral guardian, an ancestral god form, an ancestral spirit, okay? There's a lot of different kinds of mics appearing, and they're all not mics. Some of them are Michelles, and some of them are Shellys. Okay, so they're not all the same type appearing. Okay, this one-eyed creature here very much has angel energy. Okay, so there's something about them that's very powerful. Okay, very, very powerful, and I feel like they've really come in to help heal this inner child, to help heal the ghost child here. The child that I feel like some of you guys know you're gifted. Like, you know you're connected. You know you're a spirit medium. You've seen probably dead people your whole life. Some of you guys have had like spirit contact your whole life, or you've always had premonitions, or all of that. Okay. Some of you guys are talented in other ways that are you're very empathetic. Some of you guys have extreme intelligence in certain areas. So this, use your discernment, use your perception. Whatever this is, I don't feel like you really have tapped it yet. Like, you've just begun, if at all, to really reach into the depths of this, because there's a healing here that needs to take place for this evolution of your perception. Okay. And this ghost child whose pain feels unworthy, as they're connected to the other realms, it's very easy for them to blend. See how her eye kind of like blends back in? It's very easy for them to the inner child just to pull back and take a back seat. Some of you guys get real busy, and you stay busy, and you deny yourself simple things, and I mean simple, that would make your life so much easier, because on some level, part of you believes that, and this is subconscious, okay, and it's learned, because you've been taught you're not worth doing the extra step to make life easier for you, like spending the extra money to organize. I'm going to use this as an example, okay? Don't judge me. To organize your refrigerator, okay? So you know where everything is during the week, because some of us get very overwhelmed, especially working. And so we need to know where everything is, okay? So, but there's a part of you, because of how you grew up, no judgment, we're just saying, you won't buy those things for yourself. Even though you have the money, even though you know spending the money is going to make your life so much easier. And in many ways, it might save you money because you'll see what you have in the refrigerator and you'll actually use it. You still won't do it. There's a part of you that even logically, in the movie, Mike is the paper guy. Mike is a logic guy. Even though it makes sense, it's logical, it's good for you, and in the long run, it may save you money, you still won't do it because you have been taught you're not worth the money and you're not worth the extra effort of taking everything out and organizing it. It's too much. You're too much. That's too much required. Okay. And those kinds of things, those levels of self-denial are learned behaviors. And they're like, they run in your brain subconsciously. And I feel like this spirit, this angel, if you will, this whatever label you want to come up with, okay? And they do have a name, has come in to kind of help you with this. And I feel like some of the self-denial that's going on is going to be healed. And it's going to help this energy here not drift in the back so much. Some of you guys are very disconnected from your inner child. You're very disconnected. And that's part of what Mike, the spirit Mike, has come in to do, to help you connect, to help you know. I just saw an orb, to help you know. This is really about you reconnecting with yourself on so many levels. When our root chakra is wounded, it's hard to know who we are. Some of you guys don't even know what you want. You don't know what kind of shelves you want in your fucking refrigerator. You don't even know if you'd want to fucking do that in the first place. Maybe you eat out a lot and you're like, I don't even buy groceries. Well, maybe you need to look at why. Why don't you buy groceries for yourself? I'm too busy. Why are you so busy? Do you get the proper nutrition? I mean, no judgment. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you worn out? Are you drained? Or is that working for you? If it is, wonderful. If it isn't, maybe that's a sign. Maybe it's time to take care of yourself and your inner child. Because this inner child, there's just this energy here of not mattering. And some of you guys put other people first all the time. Example, say you're serving people. You would never ever think about making your plate first. I triple dog dare you to make your plate first. That's right. I just triple dog dared you. Make your plate first. Boom. Make it first. Make it first. Especially in a family. And see who notices. See if it makes a difference. See what people say if they notice. Because some families will be like, well, why are you making your plate first? And I'll be like, maybe you made all the food, right? And that might hit you weird when you make your plate first and people are like, well, why are you making your plate first? And then you realize, oh shit, they don't even fucking appreciate what I'm doing. Exactly. Listen, this isn't easy. This is hard. This spirit is coming in to help you choose yourself, to help heal your root chakra. And sometimes when you choose yourself, you piss people off. And listen, sometimes, I posted something about my inner child being a nasty little shit. Well, here's the thing. We weren't always that. I say we, it's me. I wasn't always that way. My inner child wasn't always a nasty little shit. Okay, but I had to start picking myself. And when you start picking yourself, people start forming opinions of you that are not always kind. They don't know what you're doing. They don't know why you're doing it, and you come off looking selfish. Even though you made all the dinner and probably paid for it. You know, there's so many things I could use as an example, but that's one, you know. So I really think that it's time for you to step up and allow yourself the freedom to heal this, to pick yourself. Some of you need to say no. Y'all need to start, say it with me. No. Will you do this for me? No. Can you babysit for me? No. Can you take my kids here? No. Will you come to this dinner? No. Will you do my work for me? No. Can I steal from you? No. Can I take this from you? No. Will you do this for me? No. Will you cook this for me? No. No, no, no. Listen, no has become one of my favorite words. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. Fucking no, bitch. No, no, no. That's today's affirmation. Fucking no, bitch. No, 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 no. You'll feel better. Say no. And say yes to you. Yes. Yes, I'm going to make my plate first. And if you live alone, if you cook for yourself, make something that as a child was like, oh, we don't do that because that's special. Like for me, I use strawberries in another, or berries in a different reading. But it was also like we didn't eat stuffing unless it was like Thanksgiving. So, and this was a long time ago, but I started eating stuffing, like on weekdays. I know. I did start buying Hawaiian rolls, and those are like special. Crescent rolls were special. You didn't just go buy those. It was weird when I got out in the world after staying home for so long and I saw what people were eating, and I was like, oh, I can't believe people buy that stuff and eat it on a weekday. It's just crazy the way we restrict ourselves and the the continued programs we run of no. So for me, I've done a lot of things that I was told no. And I say yes. Yes, 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 yes. To me. Me, 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 me. And it's really helped heal my inner child. I ate a lot of candy. I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo, and I honored my emotions even when they were irrational. And I started speaking my truth and speaking my emotions even when they're irrational. Because I understand that some of my emotions may seem childish, but that's because as a kid, wasn't allowed to really express those much. You know what I'm saying? So you can make big strides by giving your inner child permission to be how it is. If it's pissed off, it's pissed off. Honor that. It's allowed to be angry. If it's sassy, let it be sassy pants. You know what I'm saying? Your inner child has earned the right, and it's very valid for it to feel what it feels. Because you've spent all these years denying, and now you have to stand in the giving it space. And inner children that are denied take up a lot of fucking space. They do. They take up a lot of space. You may start collecting things from your childhood, you know. You may start watching old cartoons, Jim and the Holograms. You know, you may start listening to old music from like your teenage years, and those things may trigger you. And it may trigger you into some dark nights of the soul and some shadow work. Inner child work is intense, but it heals you in ways that really are hard to explain, because the inner child is such an individual experience, because the inner child really is our key to imagination. You have key here on the table. So I want to pull on what this key is. And I'm going to use my kitty cat deck. This is the kitty cats. The kitty cats are going to talk. Okay, so I feel like some of you guys, the spirit may be connected to a kitty cat, or a cat you have, or a god that is in cat form. It could be a goddess as well. All right. Let me knock this around. Tell me. Tell me more about this key. I heard music. I'm hearing music right now. Tell me more about this key. It's like it's opening a frequency up for you. This key. Tell me more about this key. All right. These and this. Okay, we have the Page of Wands here. It sounded like horns. We have the Seven of Wands here. We have the Magician, and we have the Four of Swords. Wow. Okay, first of all, I don't know if you could see. Do you see this right here? How this chandelier is glowing? And this kitty cat is sleeping. And it feels so peaceful. It feels like kindness and compassion. It feels like empathy being received. See, like the swords. And I feel the spirit here. The spirit. It's almost like the spirit is speaking. I'm reading this, intuitively at this point. Okay, it's as if the spirit is speaking into the chandelier, and it's sending down these like kind, compassionate energies and messages. And I feel like there's a lot of energy here of like messages coming through on ways to treat yourself. Like when you are doing things that block you, that are like, that are self-tormenting, that are bullying yourself. We have the Page of Wands here. And I got to tell you, I feel like I'm reading this intuitively, okay? But it feels like this is angelic energy or divine energy, like divine inspiration, divine communion with this spirit, okay? It feels very powerful. It feels like a new understanding coming forward for you from the spirit realm. And I got to tell you, you see how the crown is lit up here? I feel like that is being transmitted to you. See how this child has a crown that's lighting up as well? And I feel that as like being connected further to divine consciousness. And this is really going to allow for you to move into a very magical space, and a space of manifestation. And as you see here, the cat has has a butterfly, and I'm reading this card intuitively. There's so much here. Watch for butterflies, okay? Watch for butterflies. This is when your inner child will be speaking a lot through the signs of butterflies, okay? And also blackbirds. I'm seeing blackbirds and I'm seeing bluebirds here. I feel like there is going to be roses as well. Roses as well. I I feel like they want you to get more comfortable with divine presence, the divine presence of self. Uh, because I feel like you're leveling up. You're leveling up your reality. This whole interaction, this whole happening is leveling up your reality. And we have the Ten of Pentacles here. The Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands coming in with balance. And this is where you're headed. That's what the Spirit is coming in to help you do, to bring balance into your life. And you are not really aware of how deeply the imbalance is, because it goes to these programs you're running behind everything. The Spirit is going to help you with that. It's going to help you get over the hurdles, because they are huge obstacles, okay? And I feel like the other side of this, when balance comes in, and it may take you some time, okay? So be kind to yourself. That's what this is all about. It's going to bring in a very fertile foundation, okay? We're talking about stability. We're talking about, for some of you, this is going to be family. It's going to bring in your partner. It's going to bring in your person. If you're already in a relationship, it's going to strengthen your relationship. I feel like there's also a lot of happiness here with the Four of Wands. I feel this energy of really an amazing level of happiness with self, like contentment with self, and being able to translate that into connections and becoming very aware of what connections are no longer working. It's a powerful awareness, because you've looked at yourself, you've spent whatever time this is, and for some of you it's 7 weeks, for some of you it's 7 days, for some of you it's 7 months, okay? The time frame of this. But on the other side of this is such a powerful, profound evolution of self. And I feel like it is through balance that great fortune and great awarenesses come. It is through balance. And the first balance begins within. And then we begin to balance our relationships. And we begin to balance our outer world. And that is when you begin to see things shift for you. And there will be times where you will be tried on this. The universe, your guides, the Spirit will be like, well, you've fallen off. Because you will find yourself going back to programs. They are programs for a reason. And so you won't even realize it. And the Spirit will say, hey, look, you've fallen off. And you'll realize you have, and you'll have to kind of shift again and re-engage the energy, realign, and move forward. So it can be a long process. But there's a lot of healing on the other side. And there's a lot of stability. And I feel like for a lot of you, there will be a lot of clarity about the next steps. And those steps will find you in a more stable place. All right? Okay, group 1, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful, insightful, and entertaining reading. If it was, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. If you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, Group 2, all of you that selected Scully, this is going to be your reading all about the messages that your inner child has for you. So keep in mind, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right, so let's get into the cards that came out for you. Let's look at these first. We have accountability. We have family. I'm going to move my hair. We have bliss. We have seduction. We have vision. You may be a Gemini, you may be a Capricorn or a Taurus. I feel also some Aquarius here. We have a Leo energy kind of peeking out as well. Let's see, we have Tantric Journey 42. The frequency of Tantric Journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. Okay, we have Invoking Guides, Gods, and Guardians. We have Fire, Solus, Solarus, Sublime. We have Fairy of the Green World, the natural world needs you. We have the Father. I feel that. We have the Six of Earth, which is the Six of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Air. Yeah, I feel this. This group is intense. I'm going to tell you, your inner child is very intense. This group involves like serious trauma. Okay, so if that's not you, this may not be your group. Okay, it still might be. There may be some messages here for you, but just keep that in mind. Okay. I will make every effort to not trigger anyone. Okay, so, but it involves like your relationship with your body. Okay, we have masculine energy here, father wound. Okay, and it's very traumatic. And it goes from the level of like emotional stuff to the physical stuff, okay? Mental stuff to the physical and everything in between. And these are masculine wounds, okay? I got to tell you, your inner child is pissed, okay? Is pissed off. And it feels like behind the anger, the intense anger here, it feels like there's sorrow. But it's something we keep behind, like behind a wall. And, I'm pulled to Scully, and Scully's this fierce monster, right? Very fierce, very intense. But when he met Boo, the more tender part eventually came out of him, and he was scared of Boo. He was scared to death of Boo, right? And I feel like behind the intensity, there is this inner Boo. You may be drawn to group 3. I haven't pulled it yet, but just getting that. I'm getting pulled to this invoking guides, gods, and guardians. I feel like the violation here is just soul deep. It is. And I hope that you're getting help if you need it. That's what professionals are for. I'm just a woman with a gift and I'm sharing it with you. Please don't replace my advice for solid professional advice, okay? Um, I I feel like your inner child is screaming for healing. Now, some of you guys are on this journey, like you're doing the work, okay? However, this masculine wound, a lot of you guys have not really, it's like some of you guys have poked it, some of you guys have walked around it, some of you guys have walked into it. So we have different levels here. So use your own discernment. But I'm going to tell you, it's painful. Okay, that this is pain. Like this is true pain. But this inner child is screaming for relief, relief of holding this pain, relief of having to be the guardian of this. And see, this card here, it says seduction, but I feel like almost like this is a guardian of the pain. Like I feel that more than anything else. Like this is like holding. It's almost like this is what your inner child has had to morph into to survive. So it's a mask. It's an illusion that's been spun by your inner child to survive. And I see beyond it. I see the inner child. But it's like they're showing me this is a mask. You're so powerful, but you probably don't feel that. At least you probably didn't as a kid, right? Because it's like I see like literally your chakra system being drained out of your root. It's like a complete draining of your energy. And it feels like these voids had to be filled up and you had to fill them up yourself. This healing journey is intense, okay? It's very, very intense. And many of you were born into a family that was really fucked up. You're born into an environment, a system. We're all born into the system that's fucked up, okay? The father here represents a masculine energy or masculine energies, okay? And the violation of will here. And I feel the strength coming forward. This union of your light and dark self. It's almost like this inner child had to create a dark self to survive. And that is this right here. It's a mask. You're very highly intelligent. You're super intelligent. That's why you've made it as far as you have. But I feel this energy that, and it's coming through very strongly, like you have paid. This is something that once you really take this in, the healing will flow so much easier. You have paid for the violations, the sins, if you will, of another long enough. You've held them in your body, in your psyche, in your heart long enough. Yes, you are wounded. It will heal into a scar, and that will always be there. And sometimes it will fester, but it's time for you to release it. so you can heal, so the wound can be cleared and healed. And part of it is dealing with the masculine energy, okay? You know, there's so much talk about the dark feminine, right? And the feminine energy. And I work in that, you know. And, I just went through like a really deep, serious, like father wound, masculine wound healing. And I'm still healing. I'll be healing for the rest of my life. That's how this works. But I did reach a certain level. And I will tell you that the awarenesses are extremely powerful, but it is also incredibly painful, especially if you've had to kind of live in states of denial to survive. Because one thing about the masculine wound is you have to work usually with masculine deities. And some masculine wounds for some people only heal with intense masculine deities or God forms, okay? This won't be for all of you, but for some of you, okay? Part of your healing has to do with you embracing a dark God form, just like the dark goddess or lady Lilith energy is darker, okay? And people resist this. They resist the dark God masculine energy. And lately we're hearing about the dark goddess, but there are some wounds that the dark goddess will say, hey, really, you need to work with the infernal or a dark God energy. That's what you need to do. And that in itself can be very triggering to people. That can be the reason why you circle around it. Because you think the dark God energy, the infernal energy even, is inherently wicked and inherently evil. We see dark. We've been told that dark things are bad things. And that is not fucking true. It's a lie. And you can't embrace your dark goddess energy without balancing the dark God energy. It's just the way it is. And in order to work in union, the dark God is going to take you on a journey of healing your masculine wound, your father wound. Just like the dark goddess takes you on that healing of your feminine wounds. And this inner child some of you guys have many masculine wounds to heal. And for some of you guys, they're all related. And just getting to the starting point is like having to deal and process the fact that I can't go to my dark goddess to heal this. I have to go here. I don't like that. I don't like that shit. I can feel the resistance. That's the masculine wound because you don't trust it, do you? No. That's part of it. That's part of working in it. That's part of learning and growing. That's part of the process. It's part of the gate. Is you got to walk through it and have faith. And it's hard. It is very difficult because they will absolutely, whatever you work with, the masculine up in your face, right up in your face, will show you exactly what wound they're talking about. And they will put you in what I call the white room, and you will sit in there with the masculine wound monster, whatever it is, until you see it, until you acknowledge it, until you see and connect with it, and give yourself time and space to sit with the emotions of it. And they really come in with ways of helping you deal and ways of helping you get help. They will never ever tell you to do anything harmful or bad, okay? That's not them. But it is intense. And it is necessary. If you have these kind of masculine wounds, you can't manifest your highest, best self without dealing with this. And you can't throw rainbows at it. You can't. Because what happened to you is intense. What happened to you deserves to be healed as well as possible. And that comes from the best qualified spirits, energies of the universe. And that would be the masculine. And it would be the darker aspect. Because I guarantee you, the people who did this, on some level, they think it comes from the darker. They don't think it comes from the light. They think it comes from their darker aspect as well. On some level, they recognize that. So wouldn't you go to the darker aspect? That may not make sense to you, but on a higher level, because these people think that it does, they make the connection. But it's not true. But because of that, all of that stuff that happened can be psychically, to some degree, connected to that. So you work with that, right? Now, while you're going through this, they may tell you, you need to go to the doctor. Maybe you guys have been sick for a while, you haven't gone. And maybe you don't have a means. And somehow, some way, they're like, hey, did you ever hear about this program? All of a sudden, you have these little hints and inspirations. Perhaps you guys, like, you haven't been eating well and you haven't been taking care of yourself. And they come forward and they're like, hey, there's a food program here. We want you to go apply for it. Maybe you hear it on the radio. All of a sudden, some things become available for you. All of a sudden, you find yourself calling to get therapy, and you never would before. That's because these spirits help you do that, because they're a masculine energy and they're all about action. Action Jackson. Okay? So they're going to be helping you do the things that help you heal. But first, before you do anything, there's no out of order here. You can't out of order yourself, okay? You're going to have to see it. You're going to have to be willing to see the horror of it and how people around you failed you. Because if they didn't, you wouldn't have this wound, okay? And that's the truth. This inner child needs relief. I see the throat chakra of this little child, and it looks infected. They look like they have an infected throat. The teeth here. I feel such a blockage, like having to keep secrets. That's what secrets do. Secrets, they keep you locked down. Things you can never say. And you may find yourself being encouraged to write things down you would never say, recording things in your phone and deleting them. Just saying things out loud can be very freeing. Your inner child deserves that release. Some of you guys need to go somewhere and scream. You just need to release your rage. Your rage is driving you, and it's being Some of you guys have so much rage. It's like your body is so stressed, okay? Your stress levels, your cortisol is very, very high, okay? And I need you to release some stress. You need to go for a walk, okay? And I know it's hard to do this when you have internalized rage because it turns into depression as well. But I tell you, get yourself outside and get yourself walking. If you have a dog, take your dog for a walk with you, okay? But walking, a simple walk every couple of days can really help relieve stress. It also gets you out in nature. Your inner child needs to connect more with outside, okay? And outside nature cannot be replaced. Now, some of you who may be restricted on that, go sit on your patio. If you're really restricted, go listen to some birds on the YouTube, okay? But really, really, you need to get outside unless it's just not feasible for you because of whatever, okay? Because I understand that. But this inner child needs to connect with nature and definitely needs fun as a release, okay? So fun, good times. Like, I know people are like, why would you tell people to play video games? Well, video games can be a great release. Some of you guys need to have a weekend where you treat your inner child. What do I mean by that? Like, you give it burgers and let it eat donuts for breakfast, and you watch cartoons and play video games, and you basically are nice to it. You do whatever. If you were a person like, I'm getting ducks here, like maybe you wanted to go feed the ducks and nobody would ever take you. Take yourself, Saturday, Sunday, or whatever your days off are, every day and go feed the ducks. But I understand we don't feed them white bread anymore because it's bad for them. So make sure you can feed them and make sure you feed them the right thing, okay? Some of you guys need to go swing on a swing. You just need to engage this inner child more, okay? Because there's a lot of rage, and there is, underneath the rage is tenderness, and that tenderness, that needs to be tapped because there's pain there and it needs to be expressed. Your pain is valid. I feel that. Your pain is valid. What happened to you is wrong, and that should never happen to anyone. And those people who hurt you, they should be held accountable. But I'll tell you what, I understand things are complicated. I understand that might never, ever happen. And so you're going to have to give yourself closure. And that, I hear that, that may take a while. First thing you have to do is you have to allow yourself to feel, and you have to allow yourself to engage your inner child more. It's healing. It's where your imagination lives. It's where your sense of wonder. It's where your vitality lives. It's where all the good things of life live. And I know for you guys, I can just see people like, yeah, right, whatever. Yeah, I understand your childhood was harsh. Mine was harsh. I get it. Mine was hardcore. It really was. Okay, so I get that. But that just means that your inner child needs even more attention. It's going to help you as an adult. It's going to relieve some stress. Be silly. It's okay for you to blow bubbles. I don't care if you're 50. Rules about age, as far as like what you look like, how you express yourself physically, should be broken. I feel like it is an honor to get older. We don't honor older people, like aging. We're so busy to cover everything up. And I don't judge people for what they do, but I just feel like it's important that we don't lose that, you know. And I feel like as I age, I see my inner child as something precious that I want to engage more and more, because she has taught me how to live. She's taught me about the preciousness of life in ways that I could not see before. Some of you guys need to go buy some cupcakes, though. Buy cake. You know, the things like some of you guys may have had lockdown on the refrigerator because you had one of those moms. You know what I'm talking about. Don't drink your calories. Yeah. Get you a cake. Eat on it. And don't feel bad. You know, release the guilt as you come, because it'll come. It'll bubble up. And that's when you go to work. And you start saying to your inner child, it's okay for you to eat cake. It's okay for you to eat cake. It's okay. You deserve to eat cake. It's just cake. That's all it is. It's fucking cake. You haven't committed any crime. It's just cake. That's all it is. And tomorrow the sun will rise and life will go on. It's just cake, and it is cake, because I love cake. But you know what I'm saying? Your inner child desperately wants to enjoy life more. Some of you guys need to go to the beach. I want to see the ocean. I want to collect seashells like I used to. There's something about like petrified wood here and starfish. I'm seeing all kinds of different like thingamabobs. Little Mermaid vibes. Thingamabobs being collected. Now, I feel like I have to talk about this tantric journey card, because part of this serious levels of healing is going to heal up your sense of self. And I have used this term before in other readings, but you probably have. I don't know if you've watched them. But the term Herodule, H-E-I, Hero, oh, H, I had to think of it, H-E-I-R-O-D-U-L-E. And they were basically people, men, women, non-binary, androgynous, like priest class, priestesses, etc., that worked in temples in different, they were all over, okay, different cultures, that gave blessings of the goddess, okay, usually goddess of love, okay, and had ecstatic experiences through ritual spicy time, okay. Many of you have Dakani energy as well. And that very powerful, like, Kundalini life force here, up the spine, fire energy. You're very powerful. And because I feel like you literally created kind of like a spirit or a duplicate self at some point that helped you through a lot of your issues. So I really think that you're going to be able to heal yourself with the modalities that you're guided to quicker than you think, okay? Your connection with the natural world is extremely important, because I feel like you are a child of nature in so many ways. Your inner child really looks like this, okay? My throat chakra is like feeling really weird. I feel like you guys, maybe earth signs, maybe Capricorn, Taurus, Pisces. Pisces, you might be a Pisces. Pisces keeps sneaking up on me, or Virgo. But I feel like you guys may have gifts around the earth. So herbalism, growing things, planting things, building, um, creating from earth elements, okay, crystals, things like that. And I feel like part of this healing allows you to not have to have so much of your energy cycled around this kind of hunkered down energy around this traumatic, this father wound, this masculine energy. So it's going to allow you to kind of rise. It's going to allow the Kundalini flow to kind of like really get either lit, or some of you guys are going to start like having the energy rise. I feel it rising. And I feel like your connection and communion with the universe, with your guides, with all that is, and the earth is going to be like a bridge. Like you're a bridge. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a lot of inspiration here. I'm feeling a lot of depth. And my crown is opening up. Let's pull some tarot here. Tell me more about this fire. And see how this looks like a gate? It looks like a gate. It's funny, group 1 had a key and you have a gate. It feels like explosive fire, like inspiration, because you have put so much energy into this other thing. And I feel like this healing is going to just like change the game. Tell me about this. Tell me about this energy, this healing. Tell me about this inner self healing with the Queen of Wands and the Chariot. Woo, baby. Woo. That's powerful. The Queen of Wands, really in your authentic energy, really like fiery, flamey, charismatic, fully engaged with yourself. The knowledge here gained, the amazing capacity for action, and magnetism, very magnetic. You have put so much energy into this. And just by this initial, for some of you, this initial healing, for some of you, this is a secondary or third level healing. It's going to bring in so much power, so much clarity, and so much inspiration that you're going to understand why. You're going to have clarity on why the intensity, why it had to be the way it was. It's all going to play out for you. It's all going to make sense. And it's going to help you. Like some of you guys are going to fully engage your vessel for the first time. Okay. And I feel like you're going to be doing that through sensual experiences. I feel like some of you guys are really going to be able to see yourself for the first time as attractive. You're going to be able to appreciate yourself for the first time and have like pleasure with the vessel. Okay. And then we have the Chariot, and there is balance here. Again, Gemini energy coming in strong. Gemini moved into, I believe, Jupiter, and it's causing a lot of interesting energies. And I feel this energy of like being able to steer and guide, like the Queen of Wands being able to steer and guide her way. It's like you are in control. This wound has seemed to, in some ways, control you. Control you by avoidance, by procrastination, by not being able to do the thing you want to do. And now we have action. We have movement. We have planning. We have knowledge of worth. We have the amazing awareness of self. It's beautiful. It's delightful. It is a time of strong levels of confidence. Your confidence is really going to expand. And I feel the inner child like happiness. I feel a sense of wonder in this inner child. Like, you mean I get to drive? I get to drive the cart. I get to drive the cart all by myself. I'm so excited. Like, I get that energy of like, I'm so excited to do this all by myself. Like, I am so excited. Where do I go? What do I do? And it's like a map is just shown to you. Okay. I feel like this card too. We have the star. Oh, we have the star. It's like love, hope, faith, wonder, like all the good, yummy things, the good feelings start to flow. The feelings that maybe you haven't felt in a very long time begin to flow. And there's freedom here, like freedom to be who you truly are. We have the Nine of Wands. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So it feels like really good energy coming in. It's this Nine of Wands, like you standing strong, you standing out, you acknowledging the wounds that you have, you seeing your healing. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Wow, there's really some throat chakra stuff going on here. So I feel like your throat chakra is really going to expand. I feel like there are things that you need to say, okay? You guys may you may be a communicator. It might be something you do for a living. And I feel like if you've had some issues, like being able to communicate or being able to communicate effectively, you're going to find that that really opens up for you. You're going to find you may have to make some adjustments here and there, but it's really going to open up for you. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like this is stability. This is the stability that you've been seeking, and it hasn't come because you've had to like mask yourself. This is the stability that the inner child seeks and needs to grow, to be happy, to heal. It's what you need to grow, to be happy, to heal. And I feel a lot of happy, positive energy with all the sunflowers around the horse here and the kitty cat. And I feel like you will seek, see how the cat's head is tilted? I feel like you will seek to try to understand the good energy that comes in and the benefits that come in. Do not feel Virgo energy here. Do not get caught up in the details, okay? Just allow the positive flow into your life and understand that what flows in is really like almost awards or presents or gifts from your guides, the universe, for you taking the time to help heal up your inner child, okay? Because healing the inner child in itself brings in stability. It really helps you mentally, emotionally. It helps you with your relationships. It is at times a very long and slow walk because we heal in our own time. And I feel like you guys really need to take that in. We heal in our own time, okay? So it's going to happen as it happens, all right? Okay, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this was an insightful, helpful, and entertaining reading. If it was, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected Boo. This is going to be your reading all about the message that your inner child has for you. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Yeah, so Boo. To all the boos out there, hi, hello. She's wearing this little costume, pretending in the movie she pretends to be a monster. You know, they try to disguise her as a monster, so she passes. But okay, so let's get into the cards. You have more cards, I think, than anyone, and you are the only group that got this tarot deck. This is the Pot Tarot deck, so we'll see what we have here. I'm going to pull these cards first. You have a lot. We have discernment, The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. All right, we have Poe. Time for change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. Okay. We have Shallow Grave. You miss someone. Okay. We have Accepting the Past. I feel sad, boo. We have Mount Shasta. We have Water, the Overflow. Maybe I'll put that there. Let's see, we have the Sage. We have the Queen of Air. We have the Counselor. We have the Two of Air. I believe it's the Two of Air. Yes, Two of Air. And we have the Seven of Air. Let's go into these cards. We have Manifestor, Creator. We have Initiation. We have Smexuality. Okay. So let's go ahead and tell you what these other tarot say. The Moon. We have the Ten of Pipes. We have the Three of Joints. We have the Lovers. And we have the Ace of Pipes. Whew. There's so much here. First of all, your inner child is, well, although the monsters are very interesting, the story really is about Boo, isn't it? She's kind of the star of the show. And Boo is special, isn't she? And on the outside, she wears this costume. Yeah, and I'm feeling like this energy of like, kind of feeling like you wear a costume in the world. You know, like you put on a human skin and we're all playing these roles of being human, right? Your inner child is otherworldly. And I feel this from anything from like fae type energy to like alien energy to like, spirit energy, God form energy to like angelic energy. Your inner child just feels otherworldly and feels very ancient with Mount Shasta here. And I gotta say, very wise. And I feel like you were probably drawn to one of the other groups as well. Because I almost feel like this is some of you guys are already here and some of you guys are working here to get where this group is. Now I'm being pointed to the treehouse here, and I use this in one of my other readings. It was messages from your higher self, and I encourage you to go to that reading and listen to this. This is group 3, and I do believe this is the embodiment of your higher self. Okay, see how, and it makes sense if you go to the reading because each tree is different, and the first tree it's just a tree. The second tree has a little gnome on it, like on a ladder, I think. And the third tree is the person in the tree. Okay. And it feels very much like the embodiment of your higher self. Um, so I feel like that's kind of the goal in life, really, for you. And I feel like you've done this many times. And you're a very strong spirit. And your inner child is a badass. This little boo. And I feel like it is your vulnerability, it is your authenticity, it is your look at her in her googly eyes. This willingness to be silly, to fuck up, to be human, to be fully human. I look at this being on this card. Imagine how difficult it is to fit that into a vessel. It's difficult. It's hard. It's hard to feel the constriction of being human. And as a child, it's even worse because, to be connected and to know and feel the wonder in the world. And I feel this as your inner child. Like, there's so much more beyond what you've been told. You've felt this your whole life. And you meet people, even as a child, who you're like, I know you. And the other person was like, I never met you before. And you're like, no, you did. No, you did. And they're like, no. And you were having past life and future life and different timelines and all kinds of different things, feelings. Your deja vu, the time slips, the awareness of the matrix, the awareness of the simulation, the awareness of how that doesn't really affect the spirit, how it kind of weirdly correlates. You are a child sage and you are a sage counselor. You are the queen of air and you are the magician. And you are here to fall in love with yourself and with others because your true nature is this overflow. Look at all the arms here. Look at how they overflow. When you're in balance and you give, it doesn't feel like you're overgiving because you use discernment now. You know who to give to and who not because you're a wise counselor. The Queen of Air sees clearly and she's connected to spirit. For spirit is, in essence, the essence of air. You may be drawn to Lilith. It has been hard. It has been difficult. Some of you guys may have had issues around your identity, expressing yourself. You may in some ways have made to feel shame about either your gifts and abilities or who you are in the world. Perhaps you weren't supported, your gifts weren't supported, so you weren't able to blossom in a certain way. You feel that limitation. But understand that you are where you are right now because things are unfolding in brilliant ways that you cannot see because this is a blooming, a blossoming, a flowering of the wonder of the character development of your story. This is where the character comes alive and embraces life. This is the change you've been looking for. It's powerful when we're able to accept the past. It's powerful when we're able to discern what is our energy, what is someone else's. You may be seeing owls and wolves. A wolf may be your spirit animal or your guardian. Owls may be your guidance in the spirit world. I'm also seeing Lilith and Artemis. I feel the presence of Hecate. Some of you guys are children of Lilith. You're the daughters. And you have spirit flight. You're able to fly in other realms. Some of you guys are dream walkers, astral projectors. And you've done this as a child. You literally were a magical child, dropped into a very mundane world. And so your flow here, your overflow, was turned off. But you kept giving because it is your essence. Even when you were mistreated and abused, you still tried to give. You tried to make everything okay for everyone else. And it's only recently that you've come to understand that that was not the point of your journey. The point of your journey was to find your true self, your authentic self, your most authentic self-expression, and express it in the world. And accept the past and leave it behind you as you gain the wisdom from the experiences, understanding that the experiences don't define you. That in itself is a major healing, because many people spend many, many years identifying as the happening, identifying as that. So they have to shed the skin of that identity. You understand now that you are not the sum of what happened to you. You are your own individual human expression in the world, and you are meant to express it. And you are magical, you are unique, and you are highly gifted. And I speak this as factual. I speak this as truth. I see this child, this magical child, opening up an Akashic record. And it's factual facts in the book right there. I see it. If this reading isn't for you, then pick another group. If you disagree. Because the moon, she knows. She knows that some of you guys are very psychic. You're extremely connected. You were born that way. And that's why the world was such a weird place to navigate without people around you to help you. Some of you guys were in situations where religious circumstances did not allow for you to accept your gifts or yourself. For some of you, it is the constraints of social norms. For others, you are a repressed artist, and it's express or die kind of energy. And I don't mean that literally, you know what I'm saying. There is this energy of needing to be the voice, to be the expression of true self revolution, evolution, transformation, of allowing your own flow until it overflows. Understanding that when you stand in your truest, authentic expression, that giving is from an infinite source. This can take years to come to terms with. There's a lot of shedding of skin here. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of letting go of labels of self. Some of you guys may find yourself saying, you know, it was easier when I didn't know all this shit. It was easier back then. I was entertained with simple television. I wasn't so disturbed about the world. I didn't care as much. And now the overflow begins, and I am troubled. What if I cannot sustain it? You sustain it by sustaining yourself. So, when you need to rest, rest. When you need food, eat. Now, I understand we have to make a living and we have families. So, you know, do that. But do you? There is a wisdom within you. You don't have to look outside yourself for wisdom. You don't have to look outside yourself for leadership or guidance. It is within you. It is within the magical child within you. Some of you guys need to watch like a magical show. I'm not going to name one because reasons. A magical show with children, but not necessarily the most popular one. Never Ending Story, Labyrinth, Fraggle Rock. Not a lot of kids in that, but you know, these are just shows that are coming forward. Connect with your inner magical child. Your inner magical child is a sage. Appearances can be deceiving. Look at Boo. Appearances can be deceiving. Look how she healed Sully. Look how she opened Scully's heart chakra up in that movie. Just opened that big old bad monster, opened his heart right up. You have the capacity to heal. But healer, heal thyself. And that doesn't mean you don't go get help from a doctor, okay? Healers know what they need. And if you need to go to a doctor, that's where you go. If you need to eat different food, then do that. You know, I'll tell you, on my own journey, I've been guided to not eat certain things and eat other things. And, you know, with food the way it is, you know, it's difficult sometimes, but it's worth it. You know, I'm guided to certain types of, you know, exercise and things like that. You'll be surprised, and you'll start feeling better. Some of you guys with this spicy card over here, some of you guys need to embrace your vessel more. And this came forward in group 2 a lot. You need to engage the vessel. Listen, I understand, like I'm getting this energy. How do you fit all that into a human vessel? Well, listen, you're there. You're there. It's home for now. Okay, it's home for now. And I understand some of you guys are astral travelers, you're dream walkers, you have dreamy, Neptune-y energy. You have to engage the vessel, okay? You have to. It's part of the reason you're here. And you cannot be a truly effective leader and healer if you try to do this from a kind of disassociated place from being human. And being human means you're in the body. I understand the body has needs, and it's hard to feel those needs. It's hard to tune into the needs because sometimes those needs fucking hurt, right? Hurts our heart, hurts our mind, hurts our feelings, right? Like sometimes being human is fucking painful. And you may ask yourself, why the fuck did I sign up for this? Listen, I don't know. You better check your contract. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what your game rules are. I don't know why you I'm just teasing. Of course, you signed up because listen, first of all, I just want to tell group 3, you were invited to come here. Okay? And you were like, "Yes, I will. I will come here." Not all of you, but many of you, you've incarnated in many lifetimes at one time, at one spot, one moment. All time is now. Okay? So you have access to all that energy and all those lives. Okay? Some of you guys don't believe that, and it's not for you. Those of you who do, tune in. Because all those gifts and abilities are out there, like an index card file. Just pull them up. Oh, I want to be able to do that. I want to tune into that. I want to see if I can bring that into this life. Because it's all you, all now. You have amazing capacity for love, compassion, healing, for teaching, for guiding. It all really depends on what you want to do with it. Because you are the creator. You are the manifester. You are the creator. You are the creator. You heard me. You heard what the fuck I said. I said, you're the creator. You're the manifester. And on some level, you understand that you and creator energy are like this. You understand the rules here. You understand the limitations here. And you also understand the cheat codes on some level. And you have to make it okay for yourself to accept that you are a magical being. On some level, this magical child. You're a sage. You're a wise counselor. You are the queen of air. Many of you are wise beyond your years. And you often probably get looked at like, yeah, whatever, you're young, you don't know. And that's unfortunate. So don't let your wisdom go to waste. Write it down. Apply it in your life. Show people. Don't let people who dismiss you, don't let them keep you from acting on your wisdom. As long as it is, good, positive things. Nothing illegal. Nothing that would hurt anyone, okay? Look for the white owls. That matters. Anytime you see a white owl, I don't care if it's in a movie, online, it matters, okay? That is a sign from your inner child. Check what you're doing, what you're thinking, okay? Each one of you will discern that as it is. Your inner child wants you to know that there is a change coming. It's something you've manifested. Some of you guys manifested this. Now listen, this is where we get weird, okay? Some of you guys manifested this in another timeline, okay? And listen, I'm going to tell you, okay? It's just, you manifested this in another timeline. And as I tell you this, you're going to jump, okay? You manifested a very powerful time where you would walk fully into your gifts and abilities. And with this, you would bring forward parts of your tribe that would help and support you as you willed them, okay? And I get that with this manifestation comes powerful resources, okay? There is an era of leadership. It's as if you're going to allow yourself to shine out. And I feel like this is a reluctant leader coming forward. And this is because the other plan, the other manifestation did not work. Okay. For whatever reason, that timeline did not bear fruit. So this timeline was created. And in this timeline, it's a powerful acceleration. And with that, um, there will be tremendous inflows of energy. I feel like with the three of joints here, I'm feeling like there was a lot of planning involved. There was a need for you to truly know self um, and get clarity on self. That's part of what this reading is. And I feel like on this path, there is hidden with the moon and this Ten of Pipes. I feel like there are things that will be revealed that are hidden that you will probably have to let go of. Okay. You will have to change. There will be changes on this route. Okay. They may surprise you, but understand that it really is to help open up your roads, okay? It's to help open up your roads to allow this powerful manifestation. Some of you guys cast a spell on another timeline. Some of you guys manifested this through other means. Some of you guys prayed or chanted. Some of you guys danced this in ritual dancing. I see someone hanging from suspension, like a ritualized suspension, and visualizing this as well. That could be symbolic, okay? But what I'm feeling with this card is like walking into a new reality, a new timeline where your ability to shine manifests more clearly. And it's because the old manifestation, for whatever reason, misfired. And it's not that you didn't do a good job. It's that in that timeline, there was there was a calamity, okay, in that timeline. All right. I'm not really going to go into that because it doesn't really bear fruit, but there was a calamity, okay, that caused kind of like a bubble, a time bubble or whatever, a manifestation bubble. So here we are, okay. Here we are in this new time where the Queen of Air, the Sage, the Counselor, some of you, okay, so I'm getting like 3 streams. Some of you guys are the Sage, some of you guys are the Queen of Air, and some of you guys are the Counselor. Okay, those are now 3 streams of manifestation. Okay, tell me more about the manifestation. Tell me more about the manifestation. Tell me more about the manifestation within this timeline. Okay. I'm not reading any reversals because the deck is upside down. We have 5, 6, 7. The 8 of Pipes. Okay, this is something that you won't see your way to. It's something that you won't. I feel like you're going to be like so busy doing your thing. We have the 10 of Bongs here. It's a level of happiness you won't really see yourself getting to. It's hidden. We have the Empress in this deck. I was splitting it, and the Star. Okay, and then we have the World here, and then we have the Hierophant. Okay, and then we have this is the Ace of or the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 of Buds. We have the Tower, we have the High Priestess, and we have Judgment. Okay, so I feel like, oops, I dropped the deck too, so that's it. We have a lot of cards here, but I felt guided to pull them, so we're going to pull them. And it feels like you're walking into a time where you really rise. With the Hierophant here as well, the High Priestess, the Tower. This is going to be, this is going to be difficult. As happy as this sounds, first of all, I feel like there's resistance. Okay, there's resistance to this, and it's normal. Understand this. I need you to understand this. This is normal. For you to resist this, this is a normal human mind reaction. Okay? Because if you don't understand that it's a normal reaction, then you will immediately think, oh, I'm blocking it. No, you're not. You're having a normal human reaction to something. All right? You're walking into this Empress energy. You're walking into the star, a time of illumination. The High Priestess has hidden and secret knowledge, a healer, very powerful, the Hierophant, leadership, okay? All of this wave of energy that comes forward for you causes a tower, but it feels happy. But it also feels like, I don't see how this could possibly happen. It feels like I've been through some tough shit. I can't believe this is happening. Like, it's difficult for you to walk into this. This doesn't just, it isn't a difficult, it is a difficult kind of happening. Okay. And I want to make that very clear. We have the World and Judgment. Okay. This is movement. Some of you guys may literally be moving. Okay. This may cause you to have to move. But this is karma. Okay. This is karma. And I feel like you need to understand that what you've been through in this life, you've been burning off major karma. A lot of it hasn't been yours. A lot of you guys have been pulling karma for the collective. And I haven't said that in a long time. I don't think I've said that in a while. A lot of you guys are heavy lifters. Like you have been lifting and clearing karma for masses of people. For some of you, it's been family. Like you've been clearing generational trauma and generational karma. Some of you guys have been doing both. And it's been difficult. And now is the time where energy shifts. Okay? There's movement here. There's good karma coming in, but it feels like a tower because the mind just is kind of stuck in neutral, okay? And I feel like how it really starts is people start to see your abilities. They start to see you shine. They start to see your true voice, your authenticity, okay? They start to see the creator in you, the divinity, the talent, the ability. And it's like the inner empress begins to shine, is illuminated through the star. For some of you guys, this could be Luciferian energy. It could be a goddess. Could be Aphrodite. I'm feeling the power of Venus here. Check your Venus sign as well. You could be illuminated through your Venus sign. Also through your sun. You could be a Leo. I'm getting Leo energy here. Whatever your sun sign is, check it. Check your rising sign as well. The High Priestess. Some of you guys are about to walk into a time where your magical abilities are going to shock you. And that's part of the tower. Your ability to create and manifest is going to be so powerful. It's going to blow your mind. And when that starts happening, that can be a tower when you're like, oh, damn, I did that shit. That shit manifested. And it manifests more and more quickly. Understand that the sum of this happening is because of who you are and what you've been through and how you've navigated yourself. This is powerful. This is inspirational. This is how you make change. This is how you exist as this energy in human form. You transcend the vessel in many ways. And you embrace it all at the same time. It's like you transcend by embracing the vessel, by embracing who you are. And you don't deny the vessel. You don't deny your humanity. You embrace it and understand that truly being human and living a human experience in itself is a creative, artistic expression of divine consciousness. Each one of our lives is a masterwork of art. And you get to do the brushstrokes. You get to decide what it looks like. You are a master creator. You are one with all that is. There is nothing separate from you. You are powerful. And your inner child is a magical sage. And there are many wonderful things that are going to manifest for you. And your inner child wants you to know. There's no gatekeeping of this. They want you to know that good things are going to manifest for you. And a lot of you guys may find this weird. And if you do, a couple of things. Maybe it's not for you. And maybe it is for you and you're triggered for a reason and you need to reflect on what that is. Okay? For others, hey, congratulations. Wonderful things are afoot. So when you get the weird energy, just be like, yes, I feel the weird energy and I'm cool with it. Because for a lot of you, this weird energy is really home. And when you feel it, you're reminded that you're in the human form. And so it feels very strange. All right. Okay, group 3, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful and insightful reading. If it was, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.